DC the Voice, Alabama Prison Profiles. What's going on with y'all, man? Make sure y'all like, sub, share, comment on the video, donate to the channels. Cash App and PayPal if you're feeling generous. Make sure y'all visit that link in our description and mess with our sponsor, PAX Los Angeles, for the vapes, merch, edibles, gas, etc., man. Now today, we're going to be discussing a Georgia man who has just been sentenced to death for an Alabama crime spree. Let's hop right into that right now, man. December 2024. A Georgia man charged in 4 slayings during a 2020 crime spree across Alabama has been convicted in the unalivings of a Tallapoosa County couple. After 2.5 weeks of trial, the jury on Wednesday found 37-year-old Derek Lee Hightower guilty of 4 counts of capital murder during a robbery, capital murder during a burglary, and capital murder for the unalivings of 2 or more people in one scheme. Willie Tidwell, 61, and his wife Barbara, 65, were unalived during a break-in at their Dadeville home. Prosecutors are seeking the death penalty. The sentencing phase of the trial will begin January 2nd. Hightower last year pleaded guilty in the shooting death of 36-year-old Anton Harris inside a Birmingham home and attempted assault for shooting at a Birmingham police sergeant, DeMarcus Brown, during an arrest attempt. He also apologized to the victims' families. He avoided the potential death sentence by pleading in Jefferson County. It is not clear why he took the case to trial in Tallapoosa County. The Columbus man is also charged with capital murder in Lee County for the slaying of 54-year-old Nancy Nash, who police believe was unalived when she interrupted a burglary. A trial date has not yet been set in that case. All 4 of the victims were unalived between Friday, April 17, 2020, and Saturday, April 18, 2020. The first known victim in Hightower's alleged spree was Nancy Nash, a grandmother from Smith Station. Auburn police responded to the Farmville Volunteer Fire Department's call for assistance on a vehicle on fire in the 9500 block of United States Highway 280 westbound around 6 a.m. that Friday. When officers arrived, they found a white 2005 Chevrolet Silverado truck on fire and Nash dead nearby at Creative Habits Landscaping. Nash had been shot several times. 3 shell casings were found inside the business, as well as 1 projectile that was lodged in an interior wall. Investigators also discovered Nash's 2019 black Nissan Frontier missing, evidence suggesting that the suspect or suspects entered the building while Nash was alone inside and robbed her of her vehicle. Next, Hightower carried out the double murder of the Tidwells. They were found that Friday night by a concerned family member. Hightower stole 2 firearms from the couple's home and was also convicted of theft of property. Quote, Willie was a hard-working man with the heart of gold that could fix anything. He was an avid Alabama fan, and he loved fishing, camping, and anything Elvis, unquote, according to his obituary. Quote, Willie's family was his world, and he loved his grandchildren immensely. Barbara loved her family very much, especially her grandchildren, and was happiest when they were all together. She enjoyed sewing and crafts. Her obituary read, quote, Barbara enjoyed the simple things in life. She loved sitting on her back porch, reading and planting flowers, unquote. The couple had been married for 20 years. Kentrice Hill, 24, of Birmingham, is also charged with capital murder in the Auburn and Dadeville slayings. She remains held without bond in the Lee County Jail. Hightower was taken into custody April 18, 2020 in Birmingham. Birmingham police were notified about 11 p.m. Friday, April 17th, that a vehicle being sought out of Auburn was spotted at the USA Econo Lounge on Crestwood Boulevard. That vehicle was taken during Nash's homicide. Police also received reports that the suspect was seen in the area of the motel. A silver sedan was seen leaving the area, and Birmingham police tried to stop the vehicle. At that point, Hightower got out of sedan and exchanged gunfire with Birmingham police. Officers lost sight of the suspect after the shooting. Early that Saturday morning, as police continued their search, evidence led them to a home in the 100 block of Briar Grove Drive. A resident in the area was letting his dogs out in the backyard to use the restroom when a black male wearing all black, later identified as Hightower, appeared seemingly out of nowhere and said, quote, "Hey, you got a phone?" The resident told AL.com. The resident asked that his name not be used for fear of retribution. The resident said, quote, "No," and Hightower fled on foot toward the area of Briar Grove Road. It was then investigators believed that his suspect broke into the home where Harris was fatally shot. A nurse and her 3 children lived at the home but were not there when the home invasion and subsequent shooting took place. A short time later, the resident who encountered the suspect said he heard a barrage of gunfire. The next thing he knew, his neighborhood was flooded by SWAT officers. Hightower had taken a vehicle from the house on Briar Grove and was in that vehicle when Birmingham police tried to stop him. He got out of the vehicle and exchanged gunfire with officers before fleeing the scene. Hightower fled on foot after crashing the stolen vehicle. Police used tag information on that vehicle to go to the home on Briar Grove where they found Harris dead. A large perimeter was set up in Crestwood Boulevard and Montebello Road areas. Police, on Saturday, April 18, 2020, were searching for a suspect who was believed to have been wounded by police gunfire in East Birmingham. About 4 p.m. that Saturday, Hightower walked out of the neighborhood that backed up to where police had set up their command post. Authorities said all the Alabama victims appeared to be random targets, crimes of opportunity. Many of their stolen belongings were found in Hightower's possession. Hightower went to prison in Georgia in 2006 on cocaine charges and again in 2014 on an aggravated assault conviction. He was sentenced to 10 years in the assault case, but it wasn't clear how long he actually served. Moving right on up to January of this year. A Georgia man was sentenced to death Thursday for unaliving an Alabama couple during a break-in 5 years ago that was part of a series of slayings and crimes he committed across the state, court records showed. Tallapoosa County Court Circuit Judge William Horton handed down the sentence after the jury's 10-2 recommendation to condemn Columbus, Georgia resident Derek Hightower, 36, to death for the slayings of Willie Tidwell, 61, and his wife Barbara, 65, inside their Dadeville home. Hightower was found guilty on 4 counts of capital murder, 2 counts of capital murder during a robbery, capital murder during a burglary, and capital murder for the killing of 2 or more people in one scheme. He was also convicted of secondary theft in connection with murdering the Tidwells. Hightower also faced or is facing charges in 2 other slayings that occurred during a 2020 crime spree. Now, y'all, as y'all can see, I got a little bit here about his Georgia history. As y'all can see, shout out to the Georgia Department of Corrections for still allowing the public to view released offenders' information, man. As y'all can see, he's been to prison in Georgia 3 times, actually, starting from 2007 to 09, 13 to 14, and 14 to 17. Also says he was released from Smith State Prison, man. Shout out to Bill Peace because of him. I know how messed up the system is in Georgia as far as violence goes. For what I hear, Smith is one of the worst. That state is one of the ones that's up there with us as far as I'm concerned with violence, man. As y'all can see, he's got some controlled substance crime and that one assault, man. Just petty stuff. And there y'all have it, man. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section, man. First off, I want to say condolences, right, to the victims in this case and their families, man. The Harris family, the Nash family, and the Tidwell family, man. Condolences to them. And please keep their family in y'all's prayers, man. That doozy here, I want to see y'all get in the comment section and tell me how this 36-year-old misguided gentleman was an honor student, man. Safe to say, bro, is cooked, right? They might as well, and probably gonna drop that last 2 hats on him, man. They done already sentenced him to death unless he decides to take these 2 to trial just for a field trip from death row or the county jail to a courtroom, SMH. Wow, man, you done live these unsuspecting older Caucasian folks, man, and the one black guy cooked, you hear me? Then he done hit at 12 when they tried to bring him in. Man, I'm surprised they just hit him with that assault. That should have been an attempt, you know what I'm saying? Sounds to me like a man that said he's willing to do anything to not go back to the penitentiary, man. And boy, is he in for a rude awakening with coming to the Alabama Department of Corrections, man. There's no lottery here, no NFL or NBA teams or prominent city frequented by wealthy celebrities to fund the prison system here, man. As C-Bill said in one of his videos, there's nothing going on here but anguish and a whole bunch of good porn niggas out, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section, man. Like, sub, share, donate to the channel's Cash App and PayPal platforms if you're feeling it. Visit the link in the description and mess with our sponsor, PAX Los Angeles, man. DC The Voice, Alabama Prisoner Profiles,